Okay. Okay. I'll give it to y'all. Y'all done managed to get me interested in this story.
Lil Tay be popping on YouTube right now.
No. Redo. You need to be like more ignorant. You have to be like, ooh, Lil Tay.
What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and earlier today the news broke that Lil Tay had unfortunately passed away. Now, if you do not know who Lil Tay is, go ahead and give yourselves a huge pat on the back, because that's a good thing. But if you do know who Lil Tay is, then chances are you're on the internet a little bit too much, just like me. But anyways, Lil Tay is a little girl that got famous for what did she get famous for? Oh yeah, for posting videos like this one.
What it is, Lil Tay the youngest flex of the century. I'm only 9 years old, but I'm richer than all y'all broke ass haters. This female kitchen is bigger than your whole entire living room, and I got 4 more houses. Y'all haters are already older than me, but y'all still talking shit. I'm a 9-year-old millionaire, and I be smoking dope, bitch. Shut your mouth before I smack you on. What it is.
For the life of me, I do not understand why society keeps making people like this famous. I said it on Twitter, I will say it right here, that the internet has an unhealthy obsession with little girls pretending to be ghetto or pretending to live a life that they very obviously don't live. From Lil Tay, Whoa Vicky, Bad Baby, or whatever her name is, that girl from the Dr. Phil show, we've seen it time and time again. You don't have to have any talent. You can just be a little girl that acts ghetto, and next thing you know, you are worth millions upon millions of dollars. Now, I don't frown down upon anyone for getting their money. The problem is, this is often happening with young people who aren't even old enough to understand what's going on. Often their family, their friends, the people around them, they exploit this type of behavior and things like that. But that's not always the case. But anyways, I'm here today because earlier today it was announced that Lil Tay died. And there has yet to be any more information. And on top of the fact that it was announced that Lil Tay died this mysterious death, it was also announced that her brother died as well. Now listen, I want to make one thing very, very extremely clear for you all before I go forward. I am not here to tell you all that Lil Tay is not dead. I have no idea what's going on in this situation, but I do know that this is a very, very shady situation. And there is an extreme lack of details. There's no real official confirmation about this happening. I don't want to think that this is some type of a move for more clout or more followers. And if it is, that's not something that I would necessarily blame on Lil Tay, the child. This would be the doing maybe of her family members. I don't know. But I am beginning to question if this is even real or not. If Lil Tay is really dead. Now listen, I hate this type of content that Lil Tay created, and I did not want anything to do with this story. I felt bad when I got the news that she passed away, but it wasn't something I was going to cover until I looked into it a little bit, and things just aren't adding up. Things are really weird. There's no confirmation from law enforcement that this even happened. You know, fans were speculating that maybe her and her brother OD'd. there's these accusations that her family wasn't the best family. Who knows what her father may be capable of? There's a lot of people blame the father for exploiting this child. But I don't know what to believe, because last time I checked, the father wasn't allowing this little girl on social media anymore. So when I hear these accusations about how bad the father is, I don't know if the father is really a bad dude that was doing horrible things to this little girl, or if in reality they just say that he's bad because he won't let her on social media anymore. And if the family was really trying to exploit this little girl, why wouldn't they allow her to keep growing on social media instead of forcing her to no longer get on Instagram and stuff? It's a really weird story. There's a lot of backstory to stuff that's been going on for the last few years or a couple of years ago. But what I'm really concerned about is this little girl dead or not? Is this some type of hoax? We're coming fresh off the Carly Russell hoax, so I think a lot of people are a little more skeptical than they usually would be. But people have every reason to be skeptical when it comes to this case. I want to go ahead and dive right into some more information. In the process, go ahead and start dropping your thoughts in the comments and hitting that thumbs up button, and let's see what's going on here. The death of 14-year-old influencer and rapper Lil Tay, whose real name was Claire Hope, has become shrouded in mystery after her former manager shed serious doubt on a family statement confirming the passing of the teen and her 21-year-old brother Jason. The news of her sudden and tragic passing was announced by an unnamed family member in a post on the teen's Instagram account today, although the person or persons who shared it did not reveal their identity. But now the controversial social media star's former manager, Harry Tang, has called into question the legitimacy of the post, which did not reveal a cause of death, as cops both in Vancouver, Lil Tay's place of birth, and Los Angeles, where she had been living with her mother, say they have no record of her or Jason's death. Lil Tay became embroiled in furious controversy in 2018 amid allegations that she was being physically and mentally hurt by her father, as well as being exploited by her brother, with her mother also losing her job as a real estate agent over the youngster's content. The statement shared earlier today that you're looking at right here began with, "It is with a heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left us all in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. The statement went on to reveal that both Tay and her brother Jason's deaths are still under investigation. During this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for privacy as we grieve this overwhelming loss, as the circumstances surrounding Claire and her brother's passing are still under investigation. Claire will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her. Speculation has begun circulating on social media about the cause of deaths, with one user claiming to have witnessed a car accident. He wrote, "As someone who was at the scene, I can confirm that both were together when passing. Due to car collision, the brother was driving. Local officials are speculating texting and driving being the cause. The other vehicle occupants were okay with minor injuries." Some followers have gone as far as to suggest that the post was a hoax, while Lil Tay's former manager added further confusion when he released a cryptic statement about the news, refusing to confirm that the rapper had in fact died. Tang said that he had been in communication with individuals who have an intimate understanding of the family situation, but that he was unable to definitively confirm or dismiss the news that little Tay and her brother had passed. Given the complexities of the current circumstances, I am at a point where I cannot definitively confirm or dismiss the legitimacy of the statement issued by the family. The situation calls for cautious consideration and respect for the sensitivities involved. Meanwhile, local authorities, where TJ's father lives and in Los Angeles, where she had been living with her mother, have no record of any investigation into the deaths of Claire, Little Tay, or her brother Jason. Little Tay's lawyer father, Christopher Hope, declined to comment when contacted. He and the social media star seemingly had a strained relationship with Little Tay, herself claiming that she did not have a father figure in a tribute to rapper XXXTentacion. So the media eventually got in contact with the father, Chris Hope, by calling him at his Vancouver law office. He answered the phone and said, "Yeah, you have the right person, but I don't have any comment right now. I'm not able to give you any comment right now. I'm sorry, I cannot." He was then asked whether someone else could confirm his daughter's death. He responded saying, no, not that I am aware of. Sorry, I can't really comment or give you any help. I'm just going to let you go. And then he hung up the phone. So there's a lot more backstory to this Little Tay character. If you know of Little Tay, then you probably know the backstory. If you don't know of Little Tay, then you don't know the backstory. I'm not going to sit here and go over her whole history for, an hour. But there's a history of cryptic posts, deleting social media accounts, crying out for help. And I think a lot of it is just for attention. I don't know exactly what's happening here. I find it very, very odd that the father can't just comment and be like, yeah, my daughter passed away. If your daughter passed away, just acknowledge it instead of making it this creepy, weird, mysterious situation for no reason. And this is what I always say when covering true crime. I understand not giving all the details, but the lack of transparency is what leads to further speculation and conspiracies. So right now, the internet's going to be going crazy because no one will confirm if this is real or not. Now, in the post announcing her death, they say that there was this ongoing investigation. But authorities in Los Angeles and in Canada both confirm there's no investigation into her death. They don't even know about her dying. So I'm not here to tell you that Little Tay is not dead, but this is very weird, okay? As someone who covers missing persons cases, true crime cases, you don't have something like this going on, all right? So it's very, very mysterious. And it would lead most people to believe that Little Tay is not really dead, that this is some type of hoax. I don't know. Apparently, Little Tay has not been on social media for like 3 years because they made her not get on social media anymore. And that's one of the reasons why I wonder about these accusations against the father, because we live in this world where kids are way more sensitive than they used to be, and doing things like not allowing your daughter to act a fool on TikTok, that's considered abusive in 2023. So I'm not sure about all of the details surrounding the accusations against the father. And I would take them with a grain of salt. Now, I'm not telling you that the father isn't a bad person because I don't know. I'm just saying that we have a unique set of circumstances here. And everyone has basically blamed the father for exploiting her on social media. But from my understanding, the father didn't want her doing this. And now she's been living with the mother who lost her job because of Little Tay. And supposedly the brother was the one putting her up to all of this. I don't know. There's unconfirmed reports about a car crash, but if Little Tay died in a car crash, we would have that information by now. But we don't. So your guess is as good as mine, people. But right now, I would feel awful saying that I think this may be a hoax if Little Tay is really dead. But judging by the lack of information, all I'm going to say is this doesn't make sense. There are some things that are not adding up here. And just when I thought that this was a story I wouldn't be interested in, now I'm interested. Because now I want to know what in the heck is going on here. What in the heck happened to this little girl? What happened to her brother? Is this all a fake story? Did they really pass away? Why hasn't law enforcement confirmed this? No official sources can confirm this. It's all really wild. I'll keep my eye on it though. For now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.